I'm having a lot of fun this week.
Are you?
My buddy from Adventure League, Andrew Luden, is my buddy from Canada. Adventure League, Andrew Luden, is my buddy from Canada. I think it's hilarious.
I wish I could vote for him.
I wish I
Vote
could
early,
too,
vote
but
often.
I don't feel I can be that irresponsible.
No, it's still to let the D20 of Doom choose.
It's the only fair way.
We're getting too close to
D20
be streaming for me to start commenting on any of this conversation.
The D20 of democracy is the only way.
I registered for college today.
Nice.
How was that?
We'll see. It's weird.
Did they just make the money grabby hands at you? Like, yeah.
No, they did that when I first applied, and then they did it again after I got accepted. And now they won't be doing it again for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could just pay them ahead of time. Probably will. Probably on Thursday.
Alrighty. Everything is up and operational.
Yay!
Outstanding.
So, as I mentioned, I'm going to start in the middle of a thing, but over the last probably since spring, so the better part of a year, you guys have slowly been making a name for yourself as the sort of people who can get things done, for coin.
Eventually, and at our own pace.
Eventually, and at your own pace. But as a result, you've been making steady income, helping people with their problems, killing monsters, of which there seems to be quite a few. Especially around in the forested areas around Belgrindia. At this point in time, it is midwinter. It's been a particularly cold and harsh winter. Harder because supplies from the port cities haven't been coming, or at least not coming with the same frequency. There's, in desperation, people are turning to banditry. There's beastmen on the roads. It's been a shitty winter. But you guys have managed to get some work here and there. And your latest job, as we activate the scene, has taken you into the mountains just north of the city of Baselzahn, where you are hired to rescue some folks from ogres that have taken them for their larder to tide them over for the winter. So as our scene opens, you guys are in a rather pitched fight with a couple of ogres. You have managed to down one of them already. You've managed to basically sneak into the cave, rescue the people, and on the way out you encountered the ogres, dispatched one of them, and are now facing this gigantic, muscular, rotting breath creature that seems intent on putting you in its belly.
Looks like there's room.
That
is a disturbing token.
That's his belt buckle. He's the champion.
Yeah, is that what that is?
That's why they sent him out to fight us.
I see.
So this thing is easily...
He's huge.
10 to 12 feet tall. The sort of thing that, uses, downed trees as clubs. But not terribly bright. Definitely susceptible to magic. But as our scene opens, you guys can decide whether you would like to do fast actions or slow actions.
Is that a pond? A frozen over pond?
It is a frozen over pond.
Can you melt that Bismarck?
Well, technically, given the right conditions, I might be able to blow it up.
Are any of these even remotely the right condition?
It's not melting, but I mean, it's the same thing that you're looking for. But I'd advise to stay off the ice. We'll go around it. We'll go in different directions. We'll scatter, and then we'll tell Thagor that this is probably related to a troglodyte, and he'll probably believe us, and then he'll go to sleep.
True. I just think we should stay off the ice for as long
I
as
heard a
possible.
lot of talk and not much plan.
Kill it.
Keep it on the ice, and hopefully it will break through, and we'll stay off the ice and not drown. Is that a good enough plan? Yes?
Okay.
I think I can break the ice, actually.
Excellent.
Well, if you're going to break the ice, you should go first.
No, I'll break it where you're standing. It's fine.
Yes, please. She pulls
But
out a longbow.
if you're gonna break it when he's standing, you should go first. Because if I go over there and the ice is broken, I'm gonna fall in. Because
I could try. I mean, there's nothing guaranteed in magic. Magic is it's fickle. It's like your temper. It's a little fickle. It changes depending on your mood.
Sif grins as she knocks an arrow.
Alrighty, and we have Bismarck and Ruthless both on fast, and Sif all on fast turns.
Well, let's give this new spell a try, shall we? I don't know if the ice counts as a half-size thing or not. The ice underneath them. Oh, I gotta touch it. Oh, this is gonna suck.
There's ice all the way over here.
And I want to get up to where he is. I can go. Wait a minute. Nope, that's not gonna work. Sorry, brand new spell.
No.
I will shoot the ice under his feet with a burning beam. Maybe that'll work.
Alrighty.
Probably not.
So are you trying to hit him, or are you trying to hit the ice?
I am trying to hit the icy stand.
Yeah, a 16 will do that.
Fire ice, maybe.
So yeah, so the beam fires out, and the ice does start to melt and crack a little bit under his weight, and he kind of like very nimble for somebody his size, just kind of like steps around that little patch. But there's definitely a part there that's weakened.
Well, good news, we learned something.
Kinda worked.
That'll bring us Ruthless and Sif.
Sif is going to try to shoot him with her arrow.
Okay.
Now that she has a longbow, since she doesn't want to get close enough to use the flail. Do I get boons or banes?
It should already calculate it.
Oh, okay. It says 0. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, those the one that comes up, those are additional boons and banes.
Oh, under the BOBA, it has +0. Like across from the longbow.
Yep, it should still calculate it.
Okay. 18?
18 is a hit.
Excellent. Wow, that was terrible damage.
I will give our mighty warrior the bear spirit spell.
Okay, so you guys have grown quite accustomed now to this this bear spirit kind of manifesting and kind of like forms around. Are you casting it on Thagor?
Yes, I am, and I put the description and the effects in the chat.
Perfect. So yeah, so this ghostly bear form kind of materializes around Thagor and lets out this roar as it just kind of sinks into his dwarven body.
So +5 bonus to health, and you make strength attack rolls and challenge rolls with a boon.
Jinx will give herself a boon and fire off an arrow.
You roll better than Jinx does,
Except for damage.
right?
Alright, Thagor.
Well, I'm not sure. I guess I'll start taking the long way around. Because they told me not to go out on the ice.
Are you gonna believe a robot?
Sif told him not to go on the ice too.
It's true.
We'll say that part there, that is the part that's weakened from the burning beam.
Right. Head over to there. You get ready to go.
Again, very nimble for a creature this size, it seems. The ogre will charge Thagor. Oof. It brings its giant-sized morning star around in a big sweep.
Do I get to reciprocate?
Yeah, you were readying your action, so go ahead.
Yeah. The banes and boons and stuff for talents is already in, right?
Yeah, unless you want to use your powerful strike, which is an additional bane, but an additional d6 of damage.
I think we'll just go for a vanilla roll right now. See how that works out. No, it's bad.
It's very bad.
That's extraordinarily bad.
So yeah, so this thing comes and, like I said, for its size, it's very light on its feet. And Thagor is waiting, and he's got his warhammer ready. But he misjudges the swing as the creature closes with him much faster than he anticipated, and it brings that Morningstar just right around for 8 points of damage.
Can I use a triggered action?
Sure can.
I would like to use celerity to move my speed.
Is your healing rate a quarter of your hit points?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, got it.
Okay. So Bismarck just closes some distance. Back around, people can decide whether they are going to be fast or slow.
Ready.
Okay. That will be Ruthless, Sif, and Thagor all on fast actions.
Sif's going to fire again with her longbow. Oh, don't like how close he is at all.
That's all right. I can miss with the best of them.
So,
Oh no.
so yeah. So basically, as Big Spark takes off blindingly fast, it kind of kicks up a little bit of loose snow and stuff, and throws your aim off. That will be Ruthless and Thagor.
Crossbow.
No, that was Thagor. Sif, on the other hand, only got a 12 with her longbow.
Oh, both of you.
Yeah,
God.
here we
Here
go.
we go.
Here we go.
Here
Oh,
we go.
Ruthless! What are you doing? No!
Ruh-roh, Ruby.
Oh, the spiral begins.
I can't believe Ruth is still alive of all the shit she's been through.
Jinx is gonna get here, and we're just gonna be picnic food.
So yeah, so it brings that Morningstar down in a sickening crunch on Thagor.
Did you roll a 31?
This here.
Yeah, I
you
rolled
did.
I rolled a 20 and a 6. That will bring us to Bismarck and Jinx.
Okay, so Bismarck is going to move.
Far, far away.
Actually, he's moving closer. And then I'm going to cast. He's going to cast. It's going to cast.
Probably it.
It's going to cast Break on the ice it's standing on. I will take 1 damage, and it takes damage equal to itself.
So yeah, so you basically break like this, probably like a good 3.5, 4 foot section of ice under its feet.
There we go.
I'll say basically due to its size, like one of its legs sinks in, and it's not quite prone, it's kind of listing badly. Like if you've ever had one of those really, really bad days where you like, basically it's one leg is down in the water, the other leg is bent at the knee, and it's still up on the ice, and he is stuck.
I'm happy
And
with
as
that.
long as
Me too.
Right. And Jinx will. So Jinx
Oh
will
boy, contact with the enemy.
make a way over to the tree line there, but fire off an arrow, sinking it deep into the ogre's shoulder.
As Jinx rolls double what 2 of us rolled.
Alrighty, everybody can decide if they are going to do fast or slow.
It was 1 point off the 3, actually.
Yeah, I know. That's so sad.
Include me because I missed.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, doing well.
Right. So yeah, so the ogre is like it's trying to pull its leg free. That would be Bismarck, Ruthless, Sif, and Thagor.
Guys, don't mind if I go first?
Go for it.
Yeah, let's do the same thing. He's got 2 legs. Let's break the other one.
So the ice under the other leg gives way as this arcane energy flows out of Bismarck. Now the creature, it's basically probably up to about it's like halfway up its torso, maybe a little bit more than halfway. Just due to the size of it, it's 7 feet of it are underwater. It is technically prone at this point.
We'll take boons.
Absolutely will.
Right, Thagor, Sif, Ruthless. I'll say even though it's prone because of the size of it, those of you that are at range aren't going to be taking penalties.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of
Right.
huge.
Catch my breath and swing again. We have an extra boon, do we?
Yes, because of the fact that it's stuck in the ice.
All right, this time we'll swing hard.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
Alrighty. That will hit. That will do all of the damage.
And it's plus an extra d6.
Yeah, for your powerful blow.
14 total.
So you bring your warhammer down on it, and you smash it pretty hard. It is, however, as you like bring your warhammer down into its nose, kind of smashing it deep into the face, it starts to convulse, and then it basically just vomits up chunks of whatever it has previously eaten. I will need both Bismarck and Thagor to give me an agility challenge.
Can I use a triggered action?
Sounds nasty.
Which action?
Celerity to get out of the way before it happens.
Yeah, sure.
I see how it is.
That's a hard no. I think Celerity is my favorite spell.
So Thagor, you're only going to take 5 damage instead of 10. As something wet and chunky hits your face.
Seems appropriate.
I'm so glad I'm way back here.
We all have a job to do. Thagor's doing his job. It's fine.
This one
We'll
over
clean up
here.
later.
This is the schedule.
Probably should have.
Sif hasn't gone.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
She's just going to try to shoot it again with a longbow. And you said we had a boon because it's down?
Yes.
I will do the same with the crossbow.
Hopefully you shoot better than I do.
I think we've established that I do not.
I got a 12 again, so yeah.
17 is a hit.
Hey!
Whew.
Right. So the ogre is struggling, trying to get some sort of purchase on the ice. It spends its turn trying to get out of the freezing cold ice. So you guys can decide if you would like to be fast or slow.
Did it succeed to get out of the ice?
It did not.
Even better.
It would have if it wasn't for the fact that there's all this like broken ice and spilled water and everything, causing it to be somewhat treacherous.
That is quite a shame.
It's almost
I
like
don't
we
think
know what
that's
we're
the word.
doing.
Let's not get carried away.
Almost. Only almost.
All right. Bismarck, Ruth, Sif, and Thagor.
I'll just use the crossbow again.
Go for it.
No bone? Do I still get a boon?
Yes.
Ah!
All right.
Or not.
Time to bring the hammer down.
Let me take a swing at him first there, Thagor. I might be able to get you that boom. Never mind. That'll do.
I got this. $15 damages.
Nice.
All right. So that one comes down like across its shoulder, and there's like a sickening crunch sound as bones break, and that arm is hanging limply.
Touch your clavicle.
Do we still have a boon?
Yes, you do.
Ooh, what did Bismarck just do? Magic
Just will
wrench.
throw the wrench. It wasn't 20 plus, I assume.
It was 20 plus.
Oh, it was. So he's knocked prone and takes some damage.
He's not proner.
More prone. Proner?
Well, he takes damage, he's prone, and he's impaired, which gives him a bane on everything that he tries to do for the next round.
Excellent.
Yay, debuffs.
But
Just be careful not to knock him prone 3 times, then he'll get back up.
But yes, this magical wrench comes flying out of nowhere and just like beans the ogre on the back of the head, and his eyes just kind of glaze over, and he tries to slump forward, but he's like, nipple deep in a frozen lake. So he kind of lurches forward ever so slightly, and then his tongue kind of lolls out, and the breath off of this thing, Thagor, is foul.
But it doesn't seem to be dead.
Oh, it just kind of slumps forward, and its tongue goes out, and it's no longer moving.
Oh god, it's like a troglodyte shithouse in there.
Is it Sif will call out, is it dead?
If it wasn't when we
Just
started, it is
across
now.
this-
But clearly
Okay.
it wasn't when we started because you were moving. And
When we get in the house, I'm going to show you something.
regardless. I thought our intel said there was one ogre and there's 2 ogres.
That in the fort,
Why is our intel always
and it'll
just,
metal, and it'll
it's always
burn
metal? I don't understand.
I don't know. But I'm gonna go over here and grab some of this clean snow up and start rubbing this shit off my armor.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we question them a little better now than we did at the beginning, but
I would like to say, in the scheme of things, that we're much better than some of our other particular things that we've tried. Our tactics were very, very sound. Everybody did what they were supposed to do.
Oh crap! Do we need proof of this thing's death?
I would think. I mean, we could let it just freeze here, but
Ah, fuck.
something bigger or scavengers might come along and try to eat it. That smell is going to be... Anything that eats carrion is going to be after it.
Well, normally I'd take its head, but its head's friggin' gigantic, and I don't want to wear it as a hat.
No.
So Thagor's going to go over to it as it's sinking into the ice, and just take out his dagger and slice its ear off.
Okay. And even its ear is probably a little bit bigger than your hand.
Good lord.
Like there's no denying that this is the ear of a giant type creature.
If you wanted to make an ear necklace out of these, you'd only need the two.
Why would anyone want to?
Read a book sometime, would you?
Proof of kills. That's why. Bismarck.
Okay.
Well, is that all? Are we done here?
We should take the ears from the rest of these things, too.
Right.
See if there's anything on them we might find useful.
Could be a clue to something more nefarious.
Right. So as you guys go about collecting the ears off of the ogres, in a television series, this will be where we fade to the opening credits. Six. When we pick up after the opening credits, you guys have collected the ears, rescued the hostages, returned back to Bazozan. None the worse for wear, really.
Oh, the fan art in that opening credits is great.
Hey, we have a Jinx.
Yes, hi.
Hello.
Good news. We killed the ogre.
You didn't have to smell it.
Yeah.
You still can. I mean, the opportunity is not over.
I don't recommend it.
It's really probably better that you don't. I mean, there are
No, it's nasty. It's so nasty.
Alrighty. So after this little side job / cold open, you guys have made your way back to Balzazan, to a tavern called the Black Palm. This winter has been particularly harsh on Balzazan, and this time out dealing with the ogres is literally the first time you guys have seen sunlight in 3 or 4 days. Between everybody burning wood, burning coal, the fact that Bazozan is a heavy industrial city, with coal smelting and iron smelting happening all the time, the snow and the oppressive winter atmosphere has kind of mixed with the pollution to create this like dark gray cloud that just hangs over the city. And like I said, part of the reason why you guys took this job was a chance to get out of the city and get some fresh air and some sunlight, because inside the city proper there is currently no sunlight hitting the ground.
And all we found was a different array of bad smells.
Were the constellations any different when we were out there? Now that we could see them?
No, they were not. The ones that you know are missing are still missing, but other than that, there's been no change.
Okay.
So back at the Black Palm, you guys kind of like hand off the ogre ears to a woman, you know, basically somebody who kind of works as an in between. Strangely beautiful woman with long blonde hair named Ciora. Jinx and Ruthless, you would immediately recognize her as an actual elf.
Cool.
And for the last little bit, over the last month or so, while you guys have been in Baselzahn, she's been almost like a fixer, finding people who have jobs and working out the details and everything. But she will slide over a purse full of coins. Good job. I apologize. My information was that there was only one ogre. Slides a couple of extra coins across as a compensation for the additional hardship.
Nice.
Kind of like raises her glass and says, you know, with everything that's going on, there's plenty of coin to be made here as long as you keep your weapons sharp and your wits about you.
Well, being that's the case, we won't leave you with this bag full of ears.
That's okay. I can get them disposed of. Unless you want to keep
Fair
them as
enough.
trophies.
No, not really. They stink.
They smell horrible.
There's really no alchemical properties inside an ogre ear that's useful. So you could do whatever you like.
Well, I mean, we could have tried to get you the wax if you were really after. I mean, there was a lot.
Oh. No, don't.
He's the one that wants ogre earwax. I don't know why.
I don't believe that's what I said, but let me think. No, do not need ogre earwax.
All right, so she'll drain her wine glass, leave a couple of coins on the table to pay for the round of drinks, and I'll be in touch when there's more work to be had. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And she trundles off.
I think I would like to enjoy a hot bath.
Oh yes, this is the point that you all eat and sleep and bath and. Okay.
You forgot drink.
Wait till I get.
Right, drink.
And drink, yes. Yes, we do.
Should have brought a book.
I told you needed to read a book.
And
Do you want to borrow a history text? I was reading a while ago.
Please, anything. I'll read anything. I mean, most of the time you just snore. Like a 30-year day. It's exhausting. I don't know how you do it.
Practice.
While you guys are chit-chatting, everybody give me a perception roll.
Perception, eh?
Perceive that. Sif is busy trying to arrange for a bath. Not paying the slightest bit of attention to anything other than the fact that she would like to get warm and not ogre smelling.
Is that coming through?
Yep.
Okay. The first one didn't, and I didn't see what anybody else rolled, but it says I reconnected, so.
Yeah, everybody except for Sif, who in theory has the best perception.
In theory, Sif is concentrating on something else right now.
Sounds about right.
So Sif is off arranging for a bath, and the barkeep here at the Black Palm is like, it's gonna cost a little bit extra because like wooden coal at a premium, unless you don't find it cold.
No, I was just out killing an ogre on your pond. I would like to warm up.
Okay, it'll take us a little bit but we'll get it warmed up for you.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, the other three of you, or four of you, I think all four of you made the rolls.
It happens occasionally.
Just not me.
You all notice there's a gentleman over sitting by himself that seems to be watching you fairly intently. And Jinx and Thagor, you can both tell that he seems to be watching you, and a couple times he like almost gets up from his seat, then he kind of sits back down, and like nurses his drink a little bit, almost like he's trying to like muster up courage or something.
Right. Jinx, what do you make of that fella over there?
Well, he seems to be interested in us, at least. Do we put him out of his misery and inquire ourselves, or see if he's actually gonna wander over?
I don't know. Let's give him another few minutes. I'll have another beer.
I don't mind waiting around and looking mysterious and letting him sweat a little.
So Thagor gets another beer. After a couple more minutes, he seems to kind of screw up his courage, and he walks over. He approaches in such a way that it's very obvious that he's approaching you. There's no subterfuge or anything.
Sif comes back, arranged a bath.
Just in time.
Something very important. But there's a gentleman heading our way, and apparently he has enough to drink to muster up the courage to come talk to one of you people. Clearly, he's not coming to talk to me. That's ridiculous.
Didn't know we were that frightening.
You are.
I'm sure it's the smell.
Well, that may be.
Not the smell, but the weapons and the. I think that's blood.
Oh shit! Really? Yeah. Where is it?
The downside of relaxing before we do the full scrubbing.
Yeah.
I suppose I should have asked if it actually has a more than singular bathing capability or not. I kind of assumed it didn't because inns don't tend to. Bathing is expensive.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, they have one bathing room, but it has 2 tubs.
I don't care if you don't care.
For the rolls, I was already here, so I'll hit it. I'll hit it after.
So yeah, this kind of nervous-looking gentleman looks like he's young. He's probably like early 20s, like kind of like the bowl cut hairdo. Wearing some he does have some very kind of tattered leather armor. I understand you're adventurers for hire.
Well, that'd be us. Yeah.
I'd like to hire. I don't know how this works.
Why don't you start slow? Just tell us what you need dead, and we'll go from there.
I don't know if I need anything dead, and if there is something, I don't know what it is.
How about you tell us about what the problem is you're hoping we can help with?
A group of us have come to Baselstein to help with some of the poor of the city. And at that point, you notice he does have a symbol, the Ouroboros, which is the symbol of the cult of the new god. We've opened a mission, a place where the people can get off the streets and get a bowl of soup and a warm cot for the night. But the last couple of nights, some of our regulars haven't shown up, and nobody seems to know where they are.
Maybe they found a better offer.
That is entirely possible. They may have friends or family, and if it was one or two people, I would definitely entertain that. But it's been nearly half a dozen who, up until last evening, were regulars.
That seems like a lot of people. Sif, wouldn't the constable be aware of this?
Any constable who's paying attention should be aware, yes.
Yeah, except the constables don't really care about the poor and the homeless.
He's got a fair point there.
It does vary quite a bit from town to town.
But we don't have much, but we can pay if you can find out what happened, and you know, maybe they are with friends, maybe they are with family. We would like to know.
Sure he would, yeah.
Well, missing persons isn't something that we normally do, but I suppose if someone is stealing people, we can find out who's stealing them, and then we can do the normal thing that we do and dump them in a frozen lake and cut their head off or smash them with a hammer.
He kind of looks visibly pale at when you mention that sort of thing.
Any of those things is viable, really.
We're concerned for their well-being, and honestly, there are folks here that don't look kindly upon our faith, and some of the higher ups think that this may be an attempt to force us to leave.
Sif looks over at Ruthless.
Yeah, Ruthless is frowning
Rolls
a
her
little
eyes
bit.
a little.
But I do have some coin, and he passes you like a small purse of coin. And we have sent word for additional funds, and we can pay more if you can find out what happened.
Thagor, can you give the speech about our own time, how we go about doing things, the process?
Yeah, it might take a while once we get started, but that doesn't mean we're not still working on it. These kind of things, they don't happen overnight.
I understand.
Good to get that out of the way, because some people, very impatient, almost disrespectful.
Well, thank you. If you need me, my name is Brother Iskrin, and you can find me at the mission down by the docks.
Right.
And I will
Sorry, what was your name again?
Iskren. Iskren.
Right.
But I will leave you to your lunch, and I hope that you can make some headway on this.
Yeah, leave it with us and we'll get started on it.
Well, thank you very much. And he'll get up and leave. He does kind of like. You can tell he's very nervous. He kind of watches some of the shadier looking patrons in the tavern as he leaves. But at the same time, there's something about him, whereas kind of like nervous as he seems. Any thoughts of violence towards him or anything of that nature just kind of like flits out of your head very quickly.
He seems kind of like an anxious puppy.
Kind of like an anxious puppy, but also there is a sense about him of you know, not necessarily like don't fuck with me, but like, oh, he's so pitiful, I don't want to hurt him, that sort of thing.
Little sanctuary going on or something?
Yeah.
Well, missing persons, Sif, you're very good at solving mysteries. So.
Well,
Yeah.
some experience, yes.
Well, apparently the constables like yourself typically don't pay too much attention to poor people being missed, but I expect the skill set for looking for poor people is similar to looking for rich people, more or less. I'm not an expert by any means.
It is. It's just a matter of paying attention.
Right then, let's get started on that in the morning.
Bath, food.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, the ick is getting a little itchy. I need to get this off me.
Right, so meat bag maintenance, and then we can start our investigation.
Right.
Where would you like me to wait?
Bagels?
Wherever you want, I'm not your mother.
So, if people are going missing, because you think they're going. I'm just wondering if
What?
they're going missing at night or during the day.
We can go down and ask while we look around the this thing that they have set up.
So Jinx is So I'm gonna assume basically Jinx ate first and is now going to go scrub off the filth.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea.
Sif will be cleaning off, then eating, and then going to bed.
Right.
It's been a long day.
So you guys can eat, get cleaned up, take care of your weapons, get some rest, basically hit things. And it's weird because you really have no idea what time it is since you can't actually see the sun. So yeah, it's like, okay, we'll get some rest. We'll hit this in the morning. What is Bismarck up to while they rest?
using
Well-
a wire brush to get rid of the goop.
Yeah, one Bismarck keeps himself, maintained, of course, but I'm betting he kind of knows what time it is, more or less. Just because he understands the movement of the sun, the moons, the stars. He
And
can
how
more or
long
less
his
guess.
clockwork lasts between wines.
I mean, yeah. Hey, turn that thing on. Yeah, there you go. Good.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, he's going to take that history book that Dagor gave him, and Bismarck is a thing that moves around a bunch, right? So he's moving around from place to place through the tavern, reading his book, and looking out the window, doing whatever he's doing.
Okay.
He just doesn't stop. He's one of those Energizer Bunny things.
Gotcha. So the day, night, whatever passes uneventfully. To Bismarck's reckoning, it's probably somewhere around noonish. When everybody finishes their meal and their baths and everything, it's probably ballpark noonish. Give me a intellect roll as you're looking through the history book.
Intellect roll. Bismarck is very smart.
So yeah, a lot of it is very very dry history. Like even for a history textbook, it's very dry. But you do notice it is they get into a section where they talk about the empire and the imperial lineage, and it's like like in the Old Testament when it's like so and so begat so and so
God, yeah.
begat so and so. So there is a there it basically goes through the entire imperial lineage. And you realize that the emperor that was recently killed by the orcs had no direct heirs. The line ended with him, except for the fact that he had a second cousin who did have family. And the timeline seemed to line up with when Crunch kind of showed up with the baby. The timeline matches up with that. It's entirely possible that the child that you guys have been watching is the only living heir to the empire.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, by the old gods and new, this is exactly the sort of thing that we'd find ourselves into. He'll be muttering around, looking at his book, right? Scurrying on the walls. You know how he is.
Some of the patrons are kind of looking askance, but they're by this point you guys have made a little bit of a name for yourself, so nobody pays too much attention. It's just kind of the newcomers who are like, "What the?" And everybody's like, "Shh, it's okay, it's okay." But hours pass, and you guys get up, rested and refreshed and cleaned and spells restored and all that fun stuff.
Spells are good.
And what would you guys like to do?
Well,
I'm gonna. So I was raised in a temple. What the people from the new church? It's not unique to them. Other temples do that as well. Or am I being too optimistic about this world setting?
Occasionally, but it's kind of reaching out to the downtrodden is more a facet of the cult of the new god. And
Yeah, my god doesn't do that.
I mean, again, my character, is basically a temple foundling, so obviously some do it to some extent. My thought is if there are any, even if it's not a homeless shelter per se, ones that do have foundlings of sorts, basically, I think it might be worth seeing if anyone's gone missing from there.
yeah, there's in
Or see if anyone has gone there running away from the Temple of New Gods. Like, I think there's a good rumor info gathering source.
definitely something to check up on. Yeah. In your time in Baselland, there's a couple of temples here and there, but it seems to be predominantly under the auspices, for lack of a better term, of the old faith, and a lot of that is very wilderness based. So most of their priests and druids and stuff don't actually live in the city, and people travel outside of the city to find them. But there are, there's like a small temple to Old Man Winter here, and things of that nature. There's a couple of smaller temples for sure.
Sif is going to, when they go into town, sort of speak with the local law first to see if they, what they think of this temple, if there's any kind of issues with it.
So are you guys splitting up to go talk to different people, or are you sticking together?
I think we should stick together. We don't want to have to find us as well as other people.
There's that. And if someone's targeting this temple of the new gods, it would be harder for them to harm us if we're together.
Yep, that's true. Let's stick together.
All right. So where are you off to then?
You wanted to check out some of the churches, did you, Sif?
I'd
Well-
like to speak with the local law. As opposed to the church immediately.
Either work. I've just figured the few churches or temples that take in at least the foundlings or the wounded might have some insight, or if we're lucky, have the missing people.
Right. Let's check with the constables first, because they're likely to give us the brush off. So that won't take as long.
That's a very good point.
Possibly. I mean, they might. But I'm hoping that they will have at least a little information.
Right. Yes, let's do that.
So you're making your way to the constabulatory?
Yes.
Yeah, Sif definitely knows where that is. She's spent some time working with them. It's not super big. I mean, for a fairly large metropolitan type city, Baselland has a surprisingly small watch.
Might be why some people have gone missing.
But yeah, you can get in to see the sergeant.
Sif is going to introduce herself, explain that they've been helping some of the neighboring towns with some issues, but that they've heard a rumor that there's a temple of the new gods that seems to be having some trouble. She won't mention what kind of trouble. She's going to see if they have any information or offer any information first, if they're aware of it.
Okay. So the sergeant, who's this kind of like older dwarven gentleman named Borko. You know, it's got like a long red beard, but with like a tremendous amount of gray in it. Bald. Very, very broad across the shoulders, like you expect in dwarves. Like, the damn cultists probably brought it on themselves.
How so?
He kind of like gets up and he motions for you to come over to the door.
Yep.
Like, I know it's like, you know, the fog is thick and you can't see far, but you ever seen a church to the new god in this city?
No, actually. I've spent most of my time recently out in the wilds.
The folks that settled this area don't take kindly to newfangled things. There's a lot of these folks might look civilized on the outside, might live in cities, but they say their prayers to the Queen of Darkness at night.
For what it's worth, it's not actually the church members that have gone missing. It's those without homes that have gone missing.
Oh, that's different then. I mean, church folks are missing. Serves them right. But
So you haven't heard anything from them about these people that have gone missing? No one from the church came to you?
no one came to me. I mean, doesn't mean they didn't report it, but I mean, to be honest, when the religious folks start talking, it's just like in one ear, out the other. And you know, between you and me, the poor folks don't pay my salary.
Right.
But you know, it's a shame some folks went missing, but not the first time. Did you check the rivers?
We haven't, no. Have you been pulling many bodies from the rivers lately?
No, it's not my job.
Who's been taking care of that?
Well, probably the grave diggers.
Possibly.
So, but yeah, nobody's reported any missing people to us, and other than that, I don't know what to tell you.
Has anyone been attacking the churches to this new god?
No, but they don't have any churches. I mean, they got some pilgrims here in town, and pilgrims went and took one of the old warehouses and turned it into a, I don't know, shrine, temple, whatever the hell they call it. But as far as I know, there's no church presence here. If they were trying to build a church, I have no doubt there would be a bunch of dead folks.
No doubt. But no one has been targeting that warehouse that you know of?
Not that I know of. He kind of yells over. He's like, "Hey boys, has anybody been been bothering those pilgrims? Like, no more than usual, boss.
Now I kind of regret not taking that speak with animal thing.
And the river's not frozen over?
No, current's too fast for that.
Well, like I've said before, and say over and over again, Sif is a very good investigator, and I trust in her judgment to lead us along the path of investigation, to solve the mystery, to collect the coin, to make sure that my master's happy and everybody else gets to be clean and sleep better.
Doesn't look like she's making a lot of headway over there.
No, I have a lot of confidence.
Possibly because there's
In
probably
one moment, one question, and the case will be blown wide.
he's attacking.
Who owned the warehouse that they took over?
I don't know. I mean, not really my job to keep track of real estate developments.
No, I thought someone might have complained that they were using a building they didn't own.
Squatting or something.
Oh no, those pilgrims are upstanding folks. They if they're gonna do something, they're gonna make sure they do everything properly. They don't want to bring any more trouble than they already have.
Sifa looked back at her compatriots.
That's about all we're going to get here, I think.
Biz will give 4 thumbs up.
Oh yeah, you have a new body now, don't you?
Nah, he's just got lots of limbs. He's got lots of limbs.
Cuddly scurry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any recommendations on a good inn to stay at while we're here?
Black Palm's got some nice rooms. The Horned Owl, I hear, is pretty good. They got a very good stew. That's about it, really.
Good to know. Always interesting on a constable's budget.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I heard you guys were making, adventurer coin.
Well, adventurer coin is not what they claim it is.
Oh. Okay.
True.
Most of it goes back into buying more arrows, or healing, or more arrows. Hot bath every now and then.
I see. So it's not all glamorous like they say.
Oh, it's not even close to being glamorous. Although I have to say I don't particularly miss living inside the city.
I don't blame you. This place is
It's quieter.
Honestly, they spend most of the time sleeping. Or eating.
Because it's quieter.
Because apparently it's quiet. It doesn't matter if it's quiet or not. They just never mind.
Can you think of any questions that I haven't asked Bismarck?
So we're just
I expect you have it solved already.
This is a calm, really.
Questions? Yes, I do have one question, Sergeant, if I may.
Certainly.
This particular group of people, with eclectic, a little strange. We're looking for missing people, as they've explained. And if I give you money, will you tell me more information?
I honestly don't have more information. I mean, I could, you know, send some folks patrolling the area, seeing what they can find. But
Well, maybe you could just take a second to meet with your friends and get collective intelligence about what's happening, and then maybe I could give you some money because I don't need to spend my money on eating because that's exhausting. And then maybe you can help us help these people that are being thrown potentially in the river that has a current that's too fast for it to freeze, which is a little strange. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is that a question? I don't know. Yeah, that's my question.
Sort of a question.
I
It was
don't think
close
any of
enough
that
to
was a question.
But yes, it'll probably take us a few days. I imagine we'll be here for a little bit. Do you mind if I come back in a couple of days?
no. Go right ahead. I mean, I'll look around. And nothing else to do. It's dark and dank outside.
It's a very poorly executed bribe, I think, is the best takeaway there.
It's not a bribe; it's a reward. The bribes and rewards are different things. Are they?
No,
Maybe
not as different as you think.
Not really, no.
Is that illegal?
Yeah.
I'm only 2.
He is very young.
Well, we appreciate you bringing this to our attention, and we'll definitely look into it, and we'll see if anything turns up. Check back with us in a day or two.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I'll buy you an ale if I happen to see you at a tavern.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
I'm used to traveling with the dwarf. She nods over to Thagor.
Thagor, is that a bribe? Does that count as a bribe?
No, that one is definitely not a bribe. That's called being sociable.
It is. It is. Sif will make her way back to the group and sort of herd them outside.
I have a theory.
Oh? What's your theory?
My first instinct that you are a very good investigator was incorrect. But Jinx is very good at living in places that most of us don't walk around in, and maybe Jinx would be better at doing this.
Sif looks over at Thagor. Do you think he sinks or swims?
I very much think.
Well, probably sinks, I imagine.
The river's not frozen over. She'll kind of grin. So, to show that she doesn't actually mean it. And then she'll start walking toward... she'll start walking toward the river.
Okay.
I was just thinking that maybe Jinx would know something.
Well, Jinx wanted to go to the church. Maybe we should go there first before we go down to the river.
I mean,
we could. I just wanted to... I was going to see if anyone working along the river had noticed corpses washing ashore.
Well, they told us the gravediggers. We could talk to them.
Possibly.
Didn't you want to go to the churches, Jinx? Or no?
I figure it's a worthwhile stop just to see if they've also noticed disappearances. Or perhaps people seeking refuge from something,
Cold.
anything.
The world. Someone chasing them down the street.
Let's give that a try first.
We can stop at any we happen to pass on the way.
All right. So yeah, as you're making your way towards the river, like I said, most of the shrines and stuff to the old faith in this city are like just like small shrines where people can say a quick prayer. But you do pass a larger building, not necessarily a temple per se, but it is marked with a statue of a one-eyed owl on the kind of like on the banister of the steps leading up to the door. Both Jinx and Ruth immediately recognize the one-eyed owl is the symbol of the seer, which is the god
Okay.
of secrets and prophecy and wisdom. So not necessarily a temple per se, but the sort of thing where people who were seeking guidance from the seer would go to consult with a priest, like perhaps have their fortune told or things of that nature.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. That's neat.
There are a couple of candles burning in the window.
So if we'll follow Jinx.
So yeah, so I'll go up to. Is this one of the ones where it seems like you knock, or is it one more of an open door setup?
Currently the door is closed.
All right, I will knock.
So you knock. There's some stumbling around inside. And there's a very kind of quiet voice on the other side of the door. Sounds very sleepy. Yes?
Hello. We were asked to look into the disappearance of some of those who are unhomed, and we were wondering if any had been seeking refuge, or if you had noticed any of those who might seek refuge go missing.
No, I've not seen anyone. No one has come here seeking refuge. And both Jinx and Ruth can both give me intellect tests with a boon.
Ooh.
I think
Of course,
that's
I'm just
passable.
average intellect.
That's 17, so I did okay.
So both of you, through your time spent studying the old faith, growing up in a temple and studying with the priesthood, both of you know that the servants of the seer, the sibyls as they're called, one of the tenets of their faith is they absolutely, positively cannot lie.
Well, that's a great bit of knowledge to have. Excellent.
Yeah, not bad.
Sort of as a side, is there? I have beyond the
obvious, blatant question. Is there anything that you would like asked? We are not going to be getting falsehoods here.
If they're aware of any conflict with the Church of the New God.
There's a slight laugh on my part at that one.
Or the followers of the New God.
Understood. All right. And this would be again, turning towards the door and actually speaking so more easily heard. Do you know of any more conflict than normal between your temple or any of the temples and the pilgrims who have of the new god who have settled on the edge of town?
No more than usual, but usual is a broad spectrum.
It is.
This is a second. And you can hear the fiddling of the latch being undone, and the door opens. And there's this, kind of very, very short woman wearing very flowing clothes. She's like maybe 3 feet tall. Come in out of the cold. No sense talking through a door.
Nice.
I mean, now that I'm up anyway, can I get you tea or biscuits?
Sure.
Tea would be lovely.
Thank you. That is appreciated.
She looks over Bismarck's like,
Well, that one doesn't need any tea. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm thinking I might have some dream grease if you want.
I expect that I'm doing all right, but I appreciate your offer, and I don't think that the one-eyed owl is speaking all. I think it's good for society to look at all aspects of
See it?
stuff.
Seem like a nervous sort.
Yeah, but if you want
I'm new.
to take it.
I'm new, and I don't understand anything that's going on. But I trust that Miss Sif here and Jinx is going to come to the bottom of this nefarious crime,
You have no
and
code for it.
then I can get back to my master and
And we're in the dish
continue
area.
studying. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it very much.
If you're too
Very
hot, just
So she kind of fairly quickly makes some tea from some water that she had near the stove, keeping warm. Pours it some. So the strife between the Astrid's cult and the believers of the old faith is messy and occasionally violent. I don't believe that the cult is going to find much foothold here in Baselzahn. I think that they have perhaps overestimate their appeal. But at the same time, they are currently offering something to the downtrodden that the others simply aren't.
Which is?
An option not to freeze to death in the streets.
Well, I suppose.
The unfortunate and the poor tend to be pragmatic. Superstition and belief will carry them a good distance. But at the end of the day, I don't see any of the druids from the woods in here offering them shelter.
Ruth does not take that personally at all.
Really?
Yeah, no, I mean, basically, Jinx's reaction is, that's pretty straightforward. But it sounds as if they have their trouble for you has been the standard, not accelerated.
Correct. People still like to
Agitate?
know. People still like to know what the future holds for them, so they will continue to visit me. The cult does not offer the same assurances that I can.
That they do not.
So in time, the fascination with what this cult offers will fade. The old faith will endure.
Indeed.
The people of Belrendian know where they came from. They know the sacrifices that have been made to get here. And they know that the cult is a trifling matter in the long run.
Well, thank you for your insight and answers as to the status of things that we have not gotten to witness.
Welcome. I will offer some advice. The people that have gone missing, they're the sort of people that don't trust authority. They won't talk to the guard. They will talk to each other.
Ah, yes, thank you.
I wish you well. And as she kind of escorts you to the door, just before she closes the door, says, "Take care of the child." Then she closes the door.
Oh yes, the child thing. I forgot to mention.
We have met.
Very good book they were. Appreciate.
Sure.
You let me borrow that. You could have it back. I read it last night. I'm sure.
Ah, good.
Still on the first couple chapters, but you have to eat and sleep and all that kind of thing. But I'm relatively certain, 75% or so, that this child that we acquired is probably a direct descendant of the former emperor, and
Wait, what?
that's probably going to be a thing that we should look into.
Ruth is thinking to herself, but not saying out loud. I should have left it with the zombies.
I don't think we should say that to anyone.
Well, I think we should
Even here out in the street alone.
No, we should not discuss this out here.
Correct,
Also, I think the way that those priests avoid telling lies is by saying nothing at all of any import.
I think reminding us that they won't speak to the sheriff and the watch, but they speak to each other is actually a very useful hint.
Well, all right then. Let's go see if we can track some of them down to talk to, I suppose.
I agree, by the way. But
Well, clearly, I mean, I did the calculations, and the calculations are accurate. 75% chance. Oh, you mean to yeah? Okay, never mind.
about the The people from the street, yes. Not our other conversation.
Right, well,
I don't know if they're as much from the street as they are relegated to the street.
Well, yes.
But it's rather immaterial at this point, I think.
Jinx, you probably know poor people. You're goblins. Goblins typically, yeah.
I'm a goblin, yes. I was raised in a temple. I was not raised in this town either. I can assume that we can find homeless in the various places where there is shelter, be it improvised or architectural. But I do not have a innate in with them. Places like under bridges and the spaces between alleys where shelter can be taken from the wind are good places to look.
Ah, Bismarck. They call that racism, you know.
Fresh thoughts.
Maybe, but I understand that I was just created and given a home. I don't.
No,
I don't.
all I wanted us to
I
get
don't
us out of
eat
this.
or
I
be
didn't say
cold
it
on
was bad. I just said that that's what it is.
I just assume
You
that
can
the
fresh
goblin.
thoughts while I drive us home.
Maybe you're probably right. It's something to think about.
Are you guys continuing towards the river?
Makes sense too.
Yeah, I think we're
Uh,
looking for
I
poor
also
people,
did
right?
say,
Yes.
in addition to, alleys, places like bridges and areas where there's public architecture that gives shelter are places if we also want to look for homeless. So
So yeah, as you make your way down towards the river, down towards kind of the dock area, the the city gets noticeably more downtrodden as you get closer to the river. And there's like a very strong kind of sulfurous smell that comes off of the river.
oh god, it is the river Ankh-Morpork.
Well, it's not quite as chunky.
Ew.
But yeah, and you start to see there are people kind of like huddled around like small little fires to keep warm. A number of people that are basically just kind of like burrowed into a bunch of blankets that are kind of snow covered, trying desperately to kind of keep warm. This is definitely the area of town where these disappearances would probably have been happening.
Right, I think this is it.
Sif will look around, trying to see if there's where this warehouse is supposed to be.
There are several warehouses down at the dock. But you do see one of them has a few people kind of camped outside it, and it seems to be a center of activity, as it were. The other ones are all like dark.
Okay, she'll start heading toward it.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Just Sif for all of us.
I'll say all of you. You guys are traveling as a group.
Mm-hmm. Does having been a constable help?
Yeah, that'll give you a boon.
Excellent.
Ah! I rolled a natural 1.
Ouch.
Bismarck is so outside his element, he has no idea what's going on.
So Sif, Thagor, and Jinx, as you guys are making your way towards the warehouse, towards the mission, you happen to glance down one of the alleys, and it's hard to see because of the kind of the dimness of the conditions. But you think for a second that you see somebody, and then you look and you just saw somebody basically get grabbed and dragged around a corner, kind of like hand over the mouth around a corner down one of the alleys.
Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Sif will take off running.
Yes, none of these people are eating. Why aren't they eating? Where are you going?
Someone just got dragged off.
Well, come on then.
Yeah, going down that way too. We are going down the dark alley after the plot hook.
It's the
After
only
the obvious ambush.
It's the only way.
I'm sorry, you have to give me a second. One of the cats just threw up and I have to go deal with it. I'll be right back.
Sorry.
I will join the others. I'll follow them along, but I'm going to cast Beast Within on myself.
Is that the one where you turn into a werewolf?
Yeah, yeah. I posted it in chat. What happens?
Good plan.
It makes me faster, and it makes me have claws, so I can do an extra damage.
See if you can pick up the scent.
I'll be right back.
Those are weird looking
You're
dudes.
riding it.
So you guys take down the alley, and in the little bit of lamplight that is around, you do see these four figures, very kind of like lanky, looking like with arms that are longer than a normal human, legs that are longer than a normal human, wearing top hats, and they seem to have a person kind of down on the ground and are in the process of slicing them open, like like the Y incision that they use for an autopsy.
You.
And I am going to need...
Are we on a combat map now? Because Foundry isn't keeping up for me, I don't think.
We are, yeah.
Yep. And I will need everybody to give me a willpower test with one bane.
Yeah.
I rolled another 1, and then I rolled a 3 Bane.
Oh. Just wait for Anita to get back, and I'll get Jinx can give me a willpower check with one bane as well. When you're back, I need a willpower check with a bane.
Jinx is making her own willpower save.
So she's cleaning up cat mess.
Yeah. So willpower save if ever I saw one.
Right?
Well, in the meantime, both Thagor and Ruthless can grab a point of insanity.
Okay.
I'm almost afraid to find out what they saw.
So there's these very, very tall, very lanky, abnormally long arms, abnormally long legs, figures dressed in relatively fancy clothes and top hats that are in the process of vivisecting a homeless person.
Holy. Okay. I think I passed my will, though.
Do I need to make a willpower roll then?
Yes, willpower at 1B.
Well, I'm glad I upped my willpower.
Wow.
So Jinx can also have 1 insanity. And these things, as they kind of spot you closing in on them, when they move, they kind of... It's like there's frames missing in their animation when they move.
Like that's almost stutter.
That little that little Slender Man stutter type thing when they move. And as they turn and they smile, you can see, like, as they smile, like, one of their, like, teeth falls out.
Ugh.
Oh,
Gross.
okay. Sif will yell halt and draw her bow. Since she is not taking a point of insanity.
And everybody can decide whether they would like to do a fast turn or a slow turn.
Done.
Okay. Bismarck, Ruthless, and Sif are all on fast.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Can I go up and attack? Am I close enough to do that? With my +2
Only a
speed?
12.
Yep. As a fast action, you can move or you can attack.
Well, I'll crossbow and then I'll go slow next time.
Okay.
I am rolling shite today.
You and me both. It's another 12, though.
This entire game has been, oh, how low can we roll?
Pretty much.
It really is.
I've rolled 2 on 20-sided. I've rolled 2 ones in a row and then a 3.
You got a fortune. You can change that.
Yep. So yes, everybody does have 1 fortune, and you can use fortune to either give somebody else 2 boons or to turn a failure into a success. But otherwise, we have Bismarck and Sif.
Sorry, you said they can be used how?
You can use them to give somebody else 2 boons,
Okay.
or to turn a failure into a success. Or if you're rolling a d6, like for a fate roll, you can turn it into a 6. It's in the Discord there someplace.
Thank you.
Bismarck and Sif.
Oh, Sif already rolled and only got a 12. She missed.
12 is actually a hit.
Oh! Didn't expect that. How about 12?
Wow. That's a good shot.
Yeah, finally rolled well.
So yes, so to say this one there since you didn't specify. The shot hits, and as it does, the blood that that's a good solid shot, and it catches it in the shoulder, and rather than like normal healthy looking red blood flowing out, it's like this like thick blackish almost rotten blood that just slowly drips out of the wound.
Ew. Okay.
That leaves us with Bismarck.
All right, these things seem bad, so I will cast explosive darts. And I will target the one that Sif just hit.
Okay.
So that one takes 3 damage, and then everything in the area takes 1d6 plus 1 damage, which I think is just these two.
Okay, so it's you target up to 3 creatures. Each dart does 1 damage and then explodes.
So can I target the same guy more than once?
Yes, you can. Because it fires 3 darts divided as you choose amongst the targets.
Right, so 3 darts at the wounded one. Does 3 damage, then explodes. Should be able to hit the guy up here.
I'm going to empty my bird. Bird on top of the head.
The guy that got hit is only going to take half damage. But the other guy's going to fail. So it's going to be a total of 3d6 plus 3.
That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
5, 11, 18.
18.
The light goes out. Oh, it goes back. And then 3 for the guy that I hit. Yeah.
That will leave us with Jinx and Thagar. So yeah, these darts go and that thing, whatever it was, just explodes.
All right. Well, I think this calls for the great axe. So we'll use that. Get over here to this guy. We'll try the great axe with 1 bane. Nope. I'm going to turn it into a hit.
Okay.
I'll spend the fortune.
So that'll be so your 3d6 plus a d6 and then another d6 for your
Damn.
20 damage.
Damn.
Holy cow.
Right. So you just walk up and you embed that axe in this guy, and he drops. But as you hit him, you couldn't really tell from the first guy because the first guy exploded from the explosive darts. But when you hit this thing with the axe, it like falls apart into component parts.
These things ain't people.
And you can have yourself a willpower check for that. Have yourself a brand new insanity.
I mean, would it be more sane if it was a person that I murdered?
No, it's more the fact that you're used to fighting humans. You're used to fighting living things. Like when you hit this thing, it's not just like, oh, his arms and his legs fell off. Like he literally fell into like, oh, there's his stomach, there's the liver.
This game is really dark.
I mean, that's the idea, I think.
It's a dark ass game, yes.
Yeah.
It's a dark ass game. Yeah.
Jinx is up.
Are
All
any
right.
of them still alive? I don't remember how many monsters we had.
There's 2 left.
There are 2.
2 left. All right. I think because I'm basically still at range, I'm going to do an arrow shot at one. Actually, let me look at my combat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do the bow because I don't really want to get close to them.
That sounds fair.
They explode into organs.
And I think I get a boon on this one because of my standard attack.
Yep. That will hit. That will do your normal damage and then 2 more dice of damage.
Right, because I have both the abilities that do the thing.
Yep.
So another 10.
So 14 damage total. And because you did get a 20 or better and 5 or more higher than what you needed, you can take an entire another turn at some point during this round.
I think I'm. Oh, they haven't gone. So, like I said, I think I'm the last one to go, but just of us.
Yeah, they have not gone. So the one that is badly wounded is going to use its action to extract organs.
Extract organ.
That sounds
Yeah.
terrible.
So it kind of reaches down this person that they're in the process of vivisecting and basically just like reaches down through that opening and like pulls out the heart and just kind of like forces it into its own body and heals up slightly.
Oh, this is some Jeepers Creepers nonsense going on here.
Oh,
And judging from that reaction, everybody can give me a will roll.
oh.
So you said I did have another action though. Could I try to like shoot it to try to stop it from doing that?
You can't actually interrupt it.
Gotcha. Hey, it was worth asking.
A 0 for Bismarck.
I don't see why you can't shoot it as it's doing that. It just won't stop it
that's
from
a,
doing
that's
it.
a 1 for Biz.
I definitely can shoot while but I can't actually interrupt it. It's not a spell, so I can't interrupt.
Correct.
Hope you enjoy those hit points with a new hole in yourself.
And Bismarck, because you're a clockwork and you got a 0 or less, you wind down.
In your pocket when
No, it's
Whoa.
Oh my god, you're
By
the
the
guy.
way,
You're the robot from Return to Oz.
Fuck this, I'm out.
Nope, I'm done. Oh.
Right. The other one is going to use a triggered action to move up to Thagor. Actually, no, it's going to just move to Thagor, and then it's going to attack him with its scalpel. $23.
Sure.
For 6 damage.
All right.
And then it is going to use a triggered action to move up to the ranged people and not provoke any attacks of opportunity. So yeah, it just kind of like skitters, kind of shutter walks up to Thagor and like slices him with the scalpel, and then just kind of like turns and like 2 steps, and it closes the distance with Sif and Jinx.
Okay, well, I do have that second attack.
Yep.
Oh, if only I had boons on this one. If switching weapons is a free action, or does that still count when it's same turn?
Yeah, I say it's a free action. It's part of
Okay.
the making attack. I will remind Trevor that Ruth can use a triggered action to give you a boon.
I will do that.
Sweet. Because yeah, whenever
Oh,
I
yeah,
do,
that's prayer, right?
oh, I just realized that the extra die for attacking with a boon is a 1 per turn.
The backstab I think still applies.
Backstab once per round when you attack with a basic or swift weapon, you make the attack roll with at least 1 boon. If so,
Oh, okay.
no.
All right, you still get the boon though.
All right, so. Ahem.
That will definitely hit.
And since I rolled a does oh no, that these aren't zombies. Never mind.
They're not zombies.
So just standard damage.
Yep.
I'll take that 6 or 7 with the everything factored in.
And Thagor can give me a perception. Actually,
18.
Thagor, Jinx, and Ruth all.
Do what?
Sorry, like which? Perception?
Perception.
Sorry, I'm doing that too. Did you say?
Yep.
Oh!
Does Shadow Sight come into play since it is we are in a dark area?
Yes. That'll give you a boon.
Both of my dice were 1s.
All right, I have a shadow sight as well. Is this one of those Lovecraftian things where we don't want to know?
Quite possibly.
Sometimes.
Kind of feels that way.
Alright, so the 3 of you see movement over here. And Thagor, since you can fairly clearly see this this not just lanky but downright gaunt figure, kind of like wrapped in bandages, wearing a cloak and what look like goggles of some nature, basically leap from the ground up to the roof of that building and make its way further back towards the warehousey area.
It's getting away! Shoot it!
Everybody can decide whether they would like to be fast or slow.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, you guys are. Oh, Bismarck is on.
Bismarck is.
Doesn't matter
Power
much.
down.
Bismarck just sits there.
Unless somebody else goes fast and winds his gear.
that one is going to do that. Right. So this this creature that's up here is going to try to. It's going to look at Sif, and you can tell like its gaze is kind of like looking at like the curve of your neck and like your arm, and basically wherever there is like an artery or a major vein.
And that's the one farther.
No, that's the one right up in your face.
Oh, that one. Ah, okay. Yep, I see it for sure now.
19.
To do what?
To slice you with a scalpel for 7 points of damage.
Oh no.
Dark surgeons.
Is there any kind of defense that I can do?
On your turn, you can take the defend action, which will give it a bane.
Oh, okay. And my large shield, I suppose, isn't in my hands because I'm busy.
Yep.
7. So cries out in pain. Because, damn it, that hurts.
The other one is going to use a triggered action to stutter on up to Thagor. Oh, it can't extract his organs yet. He's still standing. That's going to be a 23.
Is he on fast?
He is on fast, but he has a triggered action on his turn to move.
What a jerk.
This game hates us.
I should play this game all the time. It's the only game I roll well in.
I see you do it as a player.
True.
Right?
So yeah, it like skitters up and it just like very, very like delicately, almost contemptuously, just like flicks its scalpel against across Thagor's cheek and draws a tremendous amount of blood. You guys are up.
It's a theory. I'm on a slow action. Cruise
I am on a
fast.
slow action as well.
I think slow actions are happening now.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to run up and attack the one that's attacking Thagor with my claws.
This game just hates you, doesn't it, Trevor?
Oh my god.
It's just terrible.
Ruth has moved up.
We're so doomed.
Wind up the guy that doesn't have to roll.
Wait till he finds out that I don't have innards.
So that will be Sif and Jinx.
What does it take to switch actions? Just
I allow weapon swapping as just
okay.
free, for free.
Sif's going to run back away from this thing to Bismarck.
It will use a.
Who I can't actually see here anywhere.
Yep, it's because you don't have shadow sight and you don't have a torch.
No, I don't. Where did I last see Bismarck?
Back there someplace.
Okay, Sif's gonna run back and hope that she sees him at some point.
It did not use its triggered action, so it will use the triggered action to slice out at you with the scalpel. It's only going to be a 13.
Oof.
My defense is 16.
Yep. So you like run over, it slashes towards where you were.
Yep. Ouch.
Give me a perception check.
Not bad. 20.
So yeah, you can make out Bismarck's form there. You can kind of reach around and find where the key is.
Excellent. I will start winding Come on, you little.
So Bismarck will be back to being a real boy next turn.
Right. Thagor's going to take a swing at this grabby bastard.
Okay.
Nope.
It's a fun character you got, Tony.
I was gonna say if you move around to flank it with Ruthless, you would have a boon for it, but
Can I toss a
Well-
prayer in there for him?
you can, yeah.
So you get a boon anyway.
It's not likely to make a difference, so it's an 8 on the d20. Oh no, it would make a difference, yeah.
All right. Well, let's.
2d6. Yeah. No. Potentially.
Give me a sec here before you roll.
Oh, damn it. Never mind. It's all garbage.
Okay, just one second. I'll let you re-roll because I did not change the strength minimum on the great axe. Because normally it's a minimum of 13, and if you don't have that, you suffer a bane for every point that you're shy. But because you're a fighter, you get your strength is considered 2 higher. But I forgot to change the minimum strength on your great axe to 11 instead of 13, so I was rolling you with 2 banes.
Oh.
Ah.
So there, now it should be set properly.
Okay. So do you want me to re-roll the d6 or the whole thing, or?
Re-roll the whole thing. That seems fair because
All right,
that was my screw.
You're a kind and benevolent game god.
And then you would have the 1 boon there.
Still garbage. All right.
Okay, still a garbage roll, but at least now we know everything works. All right,
It's so much.
Jinx is up.
So, do I get any sort of advantage of the fact that it's focused on Sith?
No.
Drat. All right, had to ask.
Yep.
You've been doing the attack, so I asked.
But you do get your. boon
Oh yeah,
from
my
your turn.
standard.
Yep. You're like, hey, look over there. Is that a heart?
It's inside me. Stop pointing. I'm still using it, damn it.
Oh, that's better than I thought it was.
That's a hit. You don't get the second action, but you do get to do the 2 extra dice of damage.
Not horrible there.
There you go. So yeah, you're like, oh look over there, and then you like stab it, and much like the other one that Thagor died, it just falls into parts. Not quite as many parts as the other one, but it does fall into components. But you guys have, yeah. I'll need a willpower check for that. And that's the end of the round. Everybody can decide if they're going to be fast or slow.
It's a very good question.
I will go back to fast.
All right. So Ruthless and Thagor, you guys are up.
All right.
Claws.
And each of you gets a boon because you're flanking this thing and you've got to cut between you.
Okay, I didn't add that.
Okay.
What's the fairest way to do this? Just roll a d6?
Yeah, just roll a d6. That will hit.
Finally!
Does an 11 hit?
Someone can.
An 11 just barely misses it.
Good.
That's the first damage I've done since the ogre.
Right. It is on fast actions. Ooh. It's super smart. So it is going to be focused on Thagor, because Thagor has blood and Ruth does not.
How does he know?
Because he's smarter than any of you.
Because
Come on,
you didn't
family.
lead. And Thacker does.
That is going to be another 8 damage to Thagor. But that will bring us to Bismarck, Sif, and Jinx. And Thagor is bleeding profusely from his numerous wounds.
Halfway there.
The creature that jumped up onto the roof, is it still visible?
You do not see it.
Crap.
It's had plenty of time to run away while we can't roll garbage.
It was only one turn to run away, but I dealt the one that was right in my face.
Oh no, we're definitely rolling garbage.
I will see if I can take care of this one that's on Thagor, because I'm on a slow turn, so I can get there.
Okay. That is definitely a hit.
I did an additional 7 on top of my base roll.
So with that, Jinx brings her scimitar in, and you guys are kind of expecting this now. So when you hit it and it kind of like falls apart as opposed to dying, you're kind of like choke down your lunch a little bit, but you're otherwise okay.
We've slightly hardened to the effect.
Yes.
Does Bismarck seem wound up now?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Sif's going to yell out, are there any more of them? Does anyone see anything?
The guy that ran away, he
The
might
wizard,
be fast, but he's not Bismarck fast, so I'm going to chase him. Because I have celerity. And can climb on walls, so yeah, that's my goal.
Okay. Give me a perception check. And you can have a boon if you have like tracker or anything like that.
Does heraldry help?
Not for this.
All right, perception. My perception's not bad though. Actually, it's very good. That's a 20. Give me a fortune.
Have you spent your fortune?
I've not.
Then you can only have one fortune. Fortunately.
Do I have fortune too?
Everybody has one unless they spent it.
Okay, my sheet says 0.
Yeah, and then they come back on a 20. All right. So Bismarck takes off super fast up the wall, and you can see the little kind of stuttering footprints that it leaves, and it leads to one of the darkened warehouses. Not the mission warehouse, but one of the darkened warehouses. And from your vantage point on the little roof, you can just see the door closing.
Yeah, it'll yell out. I have eyes. I have eyes. I have eyes. Eyes. Right. I'm looking at it right now. Come.
Sif's going to run toward Bismarck.
I'm going to
No idea.
do what I can to get that way. I am short, and I think things are up on the roof, are they not?
Well, Bismarck ran up to the roof, but you guys can just make your way down the alleyway.
So,
All right.
Bismarck's up here?
Bismarck is on a roof. There's someplace overlooking the warehouse district.
Okay, I can't move my token for some reason.
Can I use my ramification and get on the roof too?
Thank you.
If you'd like to.
I would.
I will settle for going to the door.
You might have to move us, Chris.
Wherever the door is.
Give me 1 sec. The warehouse is on a separate map.
Right.
That explains a lot.
Warehouse is in a different castle.
Something like that, yeah.
It's on the island.
There's either a princess or a toad.
Look, I sat through that whole fight not yelling Invader Zim into the mic, so it had to leak out a little bit.
All right, and as you make your way to what's actually here, there's probably some. So yes, you guys make your way over to this warehouse. Ruth, you don't have to get up onto the roof. Bismarck just went up there for vantage point, so you don't have to worry about getting up there.
Okay.
But yeah, it is a cold, dark-looking warehouse. The door has just closed.
Jinx, 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 jinx.
Well,
I
is it closed or is it locked?
It's just closed.
Wait.
Tagore will open the door.
Okay, don't wait.
So I assume it's dark inside there.
It is dark.
With the fact that there is someone larger than me opening the door, can I attempt at least to stealth into the building?
You can. Give me 1 second. I'm just putting some things on a map.
Oh, of course. Sorry. Look, if one of us is being a huge target, I might as well take advantage of it.
So Thagor, since you have dark vision as opposed to shadow sight, you can see this thing, and it kind of looks at you and it screeches, and as it looks and turns, its jaws unhinge, its skin just stretches to the breaking point, and then the entire face just casually slides off.
As they do.
You will need to make a willpower check.
Well, aren't you as ugly as a troglodyte's asshole?
That's nasty. Jesus.
That guy's got some liquid courage.
Right, and you guys can decide whether you would like to do fast or slow action.
Do I have enough movement to get there after I open the door or no?
What's your move?
8.
Yes.
Alright, in that case, I will finish getting there and I will go fast.
I will. Let's see, what is my move before I even, because you're going to ask me that. So my speed is 10, and I was hoping to use him being, a huge outline in an open doorway as a cover to sneak in.
Okay. Yes, you can definitely make a agility roll with your boon from being a goblin.
I get sneaky, which is I roll to become hidden or move. Oh, did I just move that shit? Shit. Oh, good. Just change its order. Okay, when I roll to become hidden or move silently, I make the agility challenge with 1 boon.
Yep. Not a problem. You are sneaky and stealthy.
Sneak, sneak, sneak.
All right. Thagor on fast actions.
Right. Gonna try and plant this thing. I'm still at one bane for powerful swing, though, right?
Yep.
$16.
16 is a hit.
Nice.
Ha! 6 damage on 4 dice.
1, 1, 2, 2.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Yep.
God.
We sting like bees, but he's not allergic to them.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That will bring us to Bismarck, Jinx, Ruthless, and Sith.
Go get it.
Jinx casts that Beast Within, because I'm sure it's been a minute since the last time she's done it.
Okay.
You mean Ruth?
Or, sorry, Ruth does, yes, sorry. And she comes running in.
Okay. As you come running in, give me a willpower check as you see this thing. This does not look like the other ones you just fought.
Those ones were squishy. Finally, a good roll.
All right.
Nice.
I don't believe it.
Don't disbelieve our good rolls. Disbelieve their good rolls.
Okay. And you can attack because you were slow.
I will certainly do so then.
Okay. 13 is a miss.
Okay.
So we have Bismarck, Jinx, and Sif.
Sif is going to run in.
Okay. And those of you, when you enter the building and you see this thing as it kind of draws itself up to its full height, and basically kind of like flicks out these long, like Lady Deathstrike type claws. It's a willpower check.
I owed you one from right before we started, so giving you that now.
Yeah.
I get an insanity.
Yep. Okay, and Sif, you were.
I was trying to move my token, and I can't. And I don't know why.
I had to move it to the doorway and then through because I
can't even move it to the doorway. No, I can't move it.
All right.
Period.
Ignore everything I said.
Oh, damn it, it's still dark in here. She's going to continue running until she either runs out of her movement of 10 or finds something to hit. Oh, God. Oh.
You do
If
not.
you come close to
All
Thagor,
right,
can I use my reaction to point her in the right direction?
There you go. Yeah, because like this way, and he kind of grabs your arm, kind of swings you like square dancing
Sure.
style.
That works. And I can move my token
Do-si-do.
now again for some reason.
Kill your partner.
I take it though that I don't actually get to try to strike it.
Yeah, because you're on slow, so you can move and then attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll wrap it into the alertness talent that you get as being a ranger. Basically, your senses are heightened enough that you can.
Cool.
Being able to sense it and not see it is the butter zone.
mm. Ooh, that is not a butter zone.
15 is just enough to hit.
Oh, didn't expect that. Mainly, oh, well, there we go. There's that crap roll.
I believe Bismarck is the only one left.
All right, Bismarck is going to move to there.
I didn't think I had gone because I thought I was doing I thought my moving in was pre-fight. But
Oh.
if we want to say it was this fight, I'm willing to take whatever your ruling is.
Yeah, no, that's true. You did say that you were like basically following in right after Thagor. So.
Right.
The two people with are you trying to move inside and having issues?
Yeah. Move me, and now I should be able to move. And then I'm going to... Bismarck will cast light on himself.
What's the radius on that?
5 yard. Because I can't see nothing. There we go. Hey, a bad guy.
Hey,
You and me both.
A willpower check.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. Ew.
Good. 10 is what you need. All right, Jinx.
All right. So since I'm in and horrified, I'm gonna take a ranged attack.
Okay. 25 is very much a hit.
Is it enough for the extra?
It is.
So I get an extra turn, and since I'm at the end, I might as well just do it.
Yep.
All right. So roll that and an extra 2 extra d6. All right, an extra 4 on top of that. And I will shoot off a second arrow right after that, so. I don't know why it rolled 2.
But the first one is a hit anyway, so.
Yeah, it only. Oh, yeah, it did. I think technically they both would have been, but yes. All right. Looks like a 3.
Okay, got it. Okay, its turn. It will use a triggered action to move up to its speed.
Oh, sir, no.
Nope.
I'll use the triggered action.
Okay.
Might as well get some more celerity goodness going.
So yes, so it is going to then use its action to interact with the trapdoor, and then its movement to continue on. So Biz, you like zip around the corner and you see it going down a trapdoor. And the whole time it seems to be almost like chanting under its breath. What languages do you speak?
Common.
Okay, you do not understand what it is saying.
Can I hear it?
Give me a perception check.
All right,
No.
guys. I'm gonna have to tag out. Sorry.
I do not
All right,
hear
done.
it.
It's okay.
Take care, folks. Good luck.
Have a good
We're
one.
gonna
Have a good one.
we're gonna keep chasing it. We're gonna swing big, and hopefully Chris can roll better than I do.
Just been rolling great.
That's true.
So yeah, so it drops down through the trap door, and Bismarck, you distinctly hear like a cracking sound, and then like a splushing sound. It sounds very similar to like when it dropped through the trap door, because it just dropped down, probably broke through some ice in the sewers, and then splush, splush, splush.
Okay, so I had 3 yards of movement left. Can I get to the top of that thing, or?
Yep.
If it matters. I'm gonna chase it, so. I mean, all I have to do is slow it down so the rest of them can catch up, right? So. It's a terrible idea.
Alrighty. Everybody can decide if they are going to be fast or slow.
So I will go slow. Which direction do you go?
The light went south, but I didn't even see you, so I'm not sure.
Alright. Everybody's decided they're going to be fast or slow.
Yep.
Okay. Bismarck, you're up first.
Oh, I'm the only fast guy. Well, if you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a wrench.
Really?
Good.
That's what you're going with?
Dodgeball the movie.
I would like to use my
God.
fortune to make sure that's a success.
Okay.
Because it knocks them prone, right?
Yep.
Not much damage, but oh well, 7.
Alright. And then that will bring us to the rest of the team.
Help, 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 help.
Yeah, I'm
You went
trying to pursue as been indicated. Like, oh, come this way. I obviously can't hear the things chanting, so I can't try to, interrupt anything.
Okay.
But, hey, come this way. I'm going that way.
So yeah, so you round the corner, you do see some light streaming up from this trap door. And you do have enough movement left if you want to get down.
Give me a second to try to actually navigate this space enough.
I think you've got a speed of 10.
Yes, I'm also trying to figure out where to go when I can't actually see it.
Yeah, this fog of war is a thing.
Did I go the right way? I can't tell because did I go
Yeah.
on wrong side? Shoot. So I was around on the other. I kind of came around the corner here. I think I went the wrong way.
Yeah, you were right there.
What the? I was okay. So I need to go south and around and left. Okay. Thank you. With the diagonal, it's 7 for me to get to the trapdoor.
Yep, and then you can climb down into the sewers.
I guess it's a map change.
Thank you, Lord, baby Jesus.
Oh God.
All right, so I'm down here and I do a pew pew at him.
Okay. He is prone, so it's going to be 1 bane.
Okay, my arrow numbers are completely wrong, by the way, because I was trying to mark things down and it just decided everything was up. So it's interesting. There's a bane to get it down. Well, I have a boon anyway, so fortune gives me can be used for an extra boon, right?
You can use it to give somebody else 2 boons.
Oh, okay. All right, so I have it. My boon neutralizes it. Neutralizes the bane. That is. That's a 6, so I don't hit.
No, that ching sticks into the ground beside it.
Now you can use your fortune to make that a success.
Yeah, it's only going to do 1d6 damage though, because you need to actually have a boon to get the sneak attack and everything.
I get you.
even though it did a neutral, even though it was there because the bane neutralized it.
Exactly.
I need positive number of boons.
Exactly.
Gotcha. All right. Nope.
But you are close enough to hear it chanting.
Interesting. Does it? Can I understand it?
You can, because it is chanting in. It's like a broken, more primal version of High Archaic. And it's basically chanting, it's like, Master, I beseech you. We have brought you the sacrifices. We have formed you the flesh. I need your aid. Come to your servant.
So this is currently a prayer and not a spell that I can zap.
Correct.
It's a warlock. Sorry, wrong character. What is this thing talking about?
All right, Ruthless and Sif, you guys are up.
So they ran south, eh?
They did.
Well, I will run south. Do I see? Oh, that looks like the sewer, right?
Yeah, you see the light coming up through the trapdoor.
Well, let's get down there and see what happens.
Okay.
Sif is following the sounds since she can't actually. Thank you.
And was that an actual question of what is it? Can you understand what it's saying?
Ruth also only speaks common.
I speak
nice
Dwarvish,
setting.
but I don't think it's speaking Dwarvish. I like that flickering light. It's very creepy.
That's why I called for help.
So it does basically take everybody's movement to get down to the bottom, but if anybody has ranged attacks, they can certainly do. The thing is currently prone.
I do have a ranged attack.
So do I.
So you will have one bane because of the fact that it is prone.
Can I use my prayer to cancel that bane?
You certainly can.
Never mind.
But it's not gonna matter. Because this game hates us.
I'm going to try to shoot it.
Oh wow.
22 is a hit.
Good. Finally. But not extra damage.
Yep, you got the 20 or higher.
Oh. $13?
All right, so the arrow sinks into it, and it's like, on its turn, it's kind of getting to its knees, and it's like, Master, I beseech you. I think Jinx is the only one that understands it, mind you.
Yeah, I think someone was. I wasn't sure if it was what the nature of the comment was. Was it if it was an actual in-game question? Did someone actually ask what is he saying?
Sif will ask. What's he saying?
He's praying to his god. He wants intercession in reward for his sacrifices. There's kind of disgust. Like, yes, sacrifices are one thing, but those things messed with my brain a lot. So,
so at the end of the turn, as it is beseeching, there's like this rumbling through the sewer. And down at the end of the sewer, you see this large, bulbous mass. That looks like, you know, when like it's really early in the morning and you're trying to put on your pajamas and you're standing there like kind of 1 foot. You got like the pajamas half on. It's like that, only it's a bulbous form of flesh trying to put on one of the homeless people that was captured.
Good.
Oh,
What the?
God.
Willpower checks from everybody with 2 banes.
You think?
That is nasty. Holy cow.
I would like to point out that we can give each other boons to make it less than 2 banes.
I would like to... Is it one person you give 2 boons to? Or
Yes.
can you spread the... Okay. I'm going to give mine to Jinx, because she's a healer.
I will also give mine to Jinx.
Jesus, okay. I guess I have. Who would like mine?
Thangor.
It'd be nice if you could smack things really hard.
All right. So Thagor gets my boons, and I guess I'm at +2.
Do you have to use them all at once?
Jesus Christ!
Yes, because they apply to that roll.
I just want to
Okay.
point out that
Ow!
Bismarck is actually the healer here, right? The
I'm
guy
usually
that-
unconscious when it happens.
he does the life magic stuff, but who your boots?
I can actually heal too, so.
First aid's a big thing. I'm not dissing on Jinx.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
So
I just rolled bad.
so everybody except for Thagor. Thagor's like, "What's the big deal?"
Good God.
Oh,
I'm
to
going
be
to say
in
that I failed because I actually understood what's being asked for. So like, there's that level of horror to it. Oh, how much insanity do we get?
Right.
Do I get for failing?
Sif gets 3.
Oh,
Oh shit!
yikes.
Bismarck gets 3.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's adding up.
Right? What are you at?
Ruth gets 4. And Jinx gets 3.
I'm very sad that I couldn't interrupt that because it was a prayer, not a not a spell.
Wait for it.
So everybody can decide if they would like to take fast or slow action.
How close are we to this damn thing?
Too close.
No more than 10 yards.
So do I have to? If I go slow, if go fast, can I reach it with my claws?
No.
Then I will go slow.
Why is there 2 Bismarcks here?
I thought I deleted one off of the tracker.
There's 2 on the map. I'm just wondering if I'm crazy or.
Oh, that might be because I copied and pasted. Where's the second one at?
Right beside it. Here. Okay.
There we go. It's because I copied and pasted the tokens from the first map over.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Alrighty. Double check. So, it is in fact going to cast a spell. Since it's the only one apparently going fast.
I'm going fast.
I apparently don't have you on the tracker.
Changing maps is a thing.
There we go. Alright, so Bismarck, you're up first then.
Bismarck is going to drop an unerring dart on the acolyte, not the big thing, but the acolyte.
Okay.
So I can cast 7 of those, I think.
Okay.
And I'm going to do 7 damage.
So these darts slam into it and it just like rocks back. And then kind of rocks forward on its the balls of its feet and stumbles a bit. Kind of like puts a hand down to steady itself. It is definitely like super badly hurt, but still intact, still standing.
I'll take care of the cultist. You take care of the big thing.
So it is casting a spell on Bismarck. So Jinx can try to absorb this if she would like.
Well, fuck it. We don't. Might as well.
Okay.
I don't know if this is going to be the best one to use it on, but let's give it a try. It's an intellect.
Yeah.
So
Intellect against its intellect.
oh, should I use my boon?
I mean, countering a spell is a big deal. Tagore
Don
says
thinks you
yes.
should use it.
What? Sorry.
Tagore thinks you should use the boon.
Yeah, sure. I won't get any damage for it, but that's fine. Jesus Christ!
All right. The good
Did we just tie on that roll?
you had to get a 12 or better to steal the spell. What is Bismarck's strength?
Strength.
Personality.
It's actually 11.
The fact that he doesn't sleep.
So it reaches out and it mutters something in dark speech. And you feel your eyes start to get pulled out of their sockets. And you kind of like close your eyes really, really tight and manage to like shunt off the spell.
Now, see there's a certain type of magic. And never mind. Kill it.
That will bring us to everybody else.
All right, I'm casting Spirit of Vengeance on this thing.
Okay.
And I am running up close, so next round I can attack.
Okay.
In fact, I'll get in the opposite side of it.
So you're gonna like splish down into the water, or that guy.
Which is the
Middle
big...
one. Oh, the big squishy one is up at the top.
Oh, I'm going after the big squishy one then.
Yep.
If I can.
Yep.
There we go. And that's the one I'm hitting the Spirit of Vengeance on as well.
That's a really good spell.
Yeah. It is very nice.
I hit it once and it was very useful. Somebody left us alone for like 3 rounds.
The one in the middle is still fine.
Well, he's not.
Or upright.
He's pretty damn close to dead.
Okay. Sif's going to try to make that actually dead.
Okay.
With her flail.
Oh, this should go well.
16.
Wow.
16 is a hit.
That flail is fickle.
It is. It's very fickle. Only 9 damage, though.
But it's enough. As it's like kind of struggling to like keep itself on its feet. It kind of looks up at you, and you just bring that flail around, and, like hit it in the head, and like knock the goggles off of it. And the goggles, and like I said, it does not have a face currently. And the whole head, as it gets knocked sideways, it just slumps to the ground.
So gross. Okay.
So Jinx and Thagor are up.
All right, so we have almost dead praying guy on the ground and huge horrifying monstrosity in the background. Is that about right?
Actually dead guy. Praying
Oh, he's
guy.
actually dead.
Actually dead now.
Yeah, just
All right, so-
monstrosity.
Okay, just horrifying monstrosity. Okay. That makes my
Only.
targets easier. I think I'm within range to shoot without getting closer.
Yes.
No boon. Oh well. That was almost a 20, motherfucker.
Wow, 23 is good.
23 definitely hits.
I don't exceed by 5, do I?
Uh, you do actually just.
Yes. Okay, so I get a second attack, basically.
Yep.
All right, so that's 1, and I'm just going to follow up with a second shot right off the bat.
No, wait for it.
Oh, wait for it? Okay.
Dagor, he'll use the great.
Oh no, I already went. So
Well, you can let Don know I don't roll any better than he does.
wow, Don.
All right, Jinx, your second attack.
Yes.
12 is a miss, though.
I figured. I tried.
Okay, end of the round, everybody can decide if they're going to do fast or slow actions. I'll stick with
I'll be
fast.
fast this time.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay, go fast. All right, so Bismarck, Ruthless, Sif, and Thagor, you guys are up.
So Biz is going to use his action to pull out that mirror
Okay.
and pass it off to Jinx and say, make sure it sees its reflection.
You said make sure it sees its reflection?
Yep. You're the only one that can do this. I want that back though.
So yes, you do have to be within 10 yards of it. And then you make an agility attack roll against the target's agility.
Okay. Well, good thing I'm on a slow turn so I can move.
Yeah,
Jinx is a little wide-eyed like, wait, what am I doing?
So Ruth, Sif, and Thagor.
Sif's going to try to shoot it with her bow. Because she doesn't want to get close to it at all.
Thagor is going to move into a flanking position with Ruth.
Ruth will attack with claws, and if she can, she'll give herself a boost with her prayers.
Yep, she can. So you would have 2 boons total.
Maybe I'll hit one.
Such an optimist.
14 just misses.
With 2 boons.
Actually, by just, I mean by a fair bit.
Yeah, I think it was 18. I think if I did the math right.
It was 18, yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, my 9, not even close.
Thagor gets a 16. He's inching his way up there.
Sif's just happy she didn't hear one of her people yell out in pain.
Okay, so it may as well use frenzied attack. Do I not put my
Yikes.
So it is going to attack both Thagor and Ruth, but it makes each attack with a bane. So against Thagor, only gets a 5. Oh, let's get rid of that horrified. That was a wrong marker. I'll just have to remember. And against Ruth. A 12, I think, just misses.
Yes, I have 14.
That is its turn. That will bring us to Jinx.
All right, so it sounds like I have some moving to do. All right, I think I can get close enough. How close do I have to be to it?
You have to be within 10 yards.
So technically where I am now is within 10 yards.
Yep.
But I should probably get closer to guarantee it works. All right, moving forward. Getting way closer to it than I want to. And I guess I do an agility roll, you said?
Yep.
I'm gonna use my boon on this one.
Okay. You're looking for a 12.
Come on.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is 2d6 fire damage.
Oh, that's nice. I think I almost rolled as high as I possibly could on that. Since I used a boon, do I get the extra d6?
Let me see. What does
I'm just glad someone's rolling high.
It is technically attack, so you get your trickery, but you don't get your backstab.
Honestly, it's hilarious that it applies.
Yeah, because trickery is if you attack, and backstab is if you attack with a basic or swift weapon.
That works for me.
So it'd be 3d6.
Hey, gorgeous. Take a look at this.
So since nobody's actually told Jinx what the mirror does, but as you're playing with it, you kind of catch its reflection. In the mirror, it looks like a little piece of its soul gets trapped in the mirror and then burnt by the fires of hell.
Well, that's
Whoa.
interesting.
What?
So people can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
I rolled above 20. Does that count for doing a second one?
The exploit. It is actually an attack roll, so yes.
Do it again.
Can I use the mirror a second time?
You get a complete second turn.
Okay. I
Ooh.
mean, I also don't know, I don't know completely how the mirror works, so this is very interesting. All right, so this is just a straight up plain agility.
Yep. Only 2d6 this time, but yeah, so you're going to move over to the other side and kind of catch its attention, and it like tries to look away, but you kind of focus the mirror on it.
Only 3.
And you do notice that the handle of the mirror is getting blacker with each use.
Interesting. Like silver corroding, or silver tarnishing, or like it's running.
Like it had been in a fire.
Okay.
So fast and slow, everybody has decided.
Yep.
Okay. Bismarck, Ruth, Sif, Thagor.
Claws and prey. Do we still get the extra boon for the flanking?
Oh, I got a fortune because I rolled a 20, didn't I?
Yes. Oh, Thagor hits.
Get it!
With all of the damages. There, 23 damage.
Nice.
So yeah, so Thagor finally he like kind of like digs in his feet, kind of like growls some like, dwarven curse under his breath, focuses on his great axe, kind of like lets out his breath, and then swings towards it and connects solidly with this thing, and like cleaves most of the way through its fleshy mass. So that will be Ruth, Sif, and Bismarck still.
So do I still get the extra boon for flanking?
Yep.
So and I'll do a prayer to get myself another one. Let's see if I can hit the 18 now. No.
Nope.
No.
Save those rolls for Conan, you'll be fine.
Yes. If this was If this was a Call of Cthulhu, I'd be doing great.
Sif's going to try to shoot it.
Okay.
No.
Bismarck.
Again, just happy she didn't shoot one of her own.
Right, Billy Bismarck's the only one left.
Bismarck, did Jinx go?
Oh,
I
yeah.
have not yet.
Can I delay if I choose to?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till after Jinx goes. I really want Jinx to kill this thing with the mirror.
All right. Well, so agility roll, and I am going to use my ability to use a boon.
Okay. It goes first though, so
Okay.
because it is also on fast action. So it is going to. It is going to frenzy attack Thagor and Ruth again. So against Thagor, that is an 18. That will hit him.
Yoink.
For only 7 damage. I haven't done the effect right. It's not 8. It's not 6d6 that does it. It's only 3d6. So 7 to Thagor. And a 22 to hit Ruth.
Ooh.
Oh.
For 12 damage.
12 damage.
Well, this experiment's very expensive. I'm sorry.
But that will bring us to Jinx.
Rolling. Eek.
12 is exactly what you needed.
Oh, phew. All right. So 3d6, right?
Yes.
Because I roll with the boon.
Yep.
Eight.
Okay. So as it starts to burn away more of the demon soul, the mirror actually gets hot in your hand, and you realize that it's going to need time to cool down.
There's a yelp. There's a yelp from the sensation of. I mean, It's like when you pick up a pan and feels like it burns, but it doesn't actually do the. It sounds like it's not giving a pain roll. It feels like I just burnt my hand, but it's not at that level of burn yet. So there's a yelp from that.
And background, everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
Biz will still go though,
Okay.
because I delayed, right?
Yep.
Let's do the old unerring darts. Because 7 damage is 7 damage.
That does not seem to be nearly as effective as you would have hoped.
Really, I kind of thought we were doing all right here.
So the darts impacted, but it's such like a massive blob of flesh that it just kind of shrugs it off for the most.
That's unfortunate. Okay.
Everybody has decided if they want to be fast or slow.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So we have Ruth, Sif, and Thagor.
Sif's going to try to shoot it again.
Okay.
So many arrows. Oh, hey, 20.
That will hit and get you the extra damage.
Yay.
I will do my thing the same as I have been doing.
Finally, that's a hit as well.
Yeah. Has this did when I cast that spell on that thing, did it take?
It did, but it's immune to fear.
But it takes damage when it attacks somebody.
Yes, it does. It took like 1 point of damage from, because I think it only hit one person.
Okay.
Oh no, it hit 2. But regardless, between you and Sif, between the arrow and the claws, how would the two of you like to do this?
I'm shredding it like a cat would wet tissue paper.
I would like my arrow to just tuck in right underneath one of Ruth's arms as she's ripping at this thing.
So yeah, so as Ruth starts like ripping and shredding this this creature apart, you just kind of line up, and as she's like pulling chunks of flesh off of it, you see what looks like it might be the heart, something relatively vulnerable.
A heart, somebody's heart.
Somebody's heart. And you drive and you release, and the arrow just sinks right into it, and the creature just stops. And then it like implodes almost, like 1 minute it's there, and then it just kind of keeps folding in itself until there's like this little popping sound as it disappears. And it is all eerily quiet again.
So let's just take this one step at a time, right?
What was that?
Just one step at a time. First thing we're gonna do, and Bismarck walks up to Jinx and gently takes that mirror away, if she'll give it.
There'll be a moment of, huh, oh, here you go, and then kind of like shaking out the hand, like, ow, oh, that burnt, like that the the relief that hit says, I am no longer holding something that is too warm to comfortably touch.
So that's fine. That's good. That's fine. We fixed that part. I don't know what that is, but maybe we can do an investigation. Ruth, is this a you thing or a me thing?
I think that's not a me thing. That does not look natural at all.
I don't think there was anything natural about that whatsoever.
While they're investigating that, I kind of want to see. I want to look at the other guy we took care of and see if there's any kind of religious symbols or anything like that that he might have on him.
So the big blobby thing has basically disapparated. Basically, just turned in on itself, and but Bismarck.
The praying thing, though, wasn't it, that she was going for?
Yeah. There's no doubt at all in Bismarck's mind that that thing was a demon. Not a monster, not a goblinoid of some sort, not a troglodyte. That was a demon.
Can he tell which particular type of demon that was?
Probably not without some research.
He will absolutely do some research.
And Jinx, as you're looking over the body of this other creature, it is kind of like wrapped in bandages, but as you kind of like look, it is pieced together from disparate parts of other people. To your trained medical eye, these parts, when they were on their original owners, those people were probably quite attractive. But when you've only got like one eye and from like one person and a nose from somebody else, this should not be. This shouldn't be. But what's very disturbing to your trained medical eye is there's no sign of surgery. There's no stitches. There's no sutures. There's nothing seeming to connect these disparate body parts together.
Fagor grumbles, "It's dead, good enough for me," and apparently starts walking out.
Okay.
According to the Discord.
Okay.
Can I offer an opinion that it's going to sound really disturbing, but is not?
Everything about this place is disturbing.
Wait, yes, of course. If can I take this corpse?
Why?
Obviously, there's something strange going on, and between myself and my master, maybe we can figure something out about it. Right now, it's a mystery, but and the demon, the big blob things, and obviously, it's not here anymore, so I can't take a sample from that. So,
I have no objection.
If you want it, and your master might be able to find something that works against these things.
You caught it, you cleaned it.
Okay. Don't ask me to carry it. That's.
It's far too large for me to carry. I mean, 3 feet tall, and I weigh 75 pounds at best. I'll need some help to bring it back to the tower.
You can try to grab Fagor before he gets too far.
Maybe I'll just take a small piece of it or something.
Its head, maybe?
Seems a little much, but I mean, the joints are interesting. I didn't know how somebody put that together. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, Sif's not. She's backing away. I will tell the Church of the New God that I think we've solved their problem. Although, if you do take something of it, we should probably show those acolytes or pilgrims, disciples, whatever they were, and the constable or the sheriff.
I'm not really sure that isn't
It's
that more?
attacking things in his city. He should know.
It's more of a your conversation than my conversation. I'm just saying I might be able to learn something from taking this back to the tower, but
Wizard thing will do wizard things. Social
As
things
long
will
as
do
the
social
wizard isn't
things.
going to use it to learn to summon more demons.
no demons.
And Jinx uses the word demon just in case anyone wasn't sure what it was.
That's
Demon's
right.
bad. We understand. Demon's bad. Almost
Would
got
it be
it
an
with
in-roll
the
to know
mirror.
if there is anything we should be doing with the body to make sure this doesn't as immediately come back to haunt us? Because Tegan doesn't know a whole lot about how demons work in this world beyond some assumptions I can make from how demons tend to work.
The demon itself has gone. It's been sucked back to the void.
Right. So yeah. So we did not. We as I assumed, we did not kill a demon. We just exorcised it, for lack of better terms.
That you're not sure about.
It is not. It is. It shouldn't be inhabiting the body. Is what I meant. Maybe it is.
And the as for the corpse of this stitched together composite, it's dead.
Okay, that's the important thing.
Yeah. I mean, somebody with necromancy can maybe raise it as a zombie or something, but other than that, it is dead.
It is not a demon that's slowly regenerating to stab us in the back. That's what I care.
Correct.
Yeah, so Biz will take notes. I guess there's no need to drag it back.
Okay, no problem at all.
If that being said, if we are going to not drag it out, is it possible to burn it down here?
Absolutely, it is.
Like, we got torches, we got shit. I would like to make sure, like, if Biz is taking notes to basically information to sell the wizard, sure, whatever. I think I would like this gone.
And just to make it clear where Biz stands, he will use his burning rays to torch this body when we're done.
Okay, perfect. So you get what information you can from the body, and then you make sure that it's torched and
Gone. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So I think we'll call it there because I know it's getting late for some of our players.
It is.
But yes, you guys have successfully dealt with your first actual demon.
That was very spooky.
That was
disgusting.
incredibly gross.
I am learning that when it comes to spoken and written, I have very weird sense of what's actually creepy. Which explains why I could never tell when I was running Sabat or horror scenes exactly how scary what I was doing was.